This putter claims to leave your misses closer to the hole. It's the Void Saber Center Fire. And Void claims that their gravity drive technology makes it much easier to control speed and distance, especially on mishits. Let's put those claims to the test right now. Before we go out on the course and test it out, let's talk about what makes Void putters a little bit different. First, they're 100% made in the USA. They all come with a KBS Tour shaft, which is a nice shaft. The one that I'm testing came with the KBS Tour GPS 120 shaft. They have two models. Model number one is their Saber model, which is the one I'm tested. It has a heel shafted option and what they call the Center Fire, a center shafted option. They also have a mallet that they call Goliath. It's a much larger, looks like a lot of the modern contemporary mallet putters, and it's also available both heel shafted and what they call center fire. Void's unique selling position is what they call their gravity drive technology. And they point out correctly that most putters have face grooves and milling. And do you know what the purpose of those face grooves are and that milling on your putter face is? It's not like that one company that claims, oh, our grooves are shaped like a pyramid and they magically steer the ball or gear effect the ball into the hole. It's not that. That's physically impossible and it's been proven to be untrue. The purpose of milling on the face of the putter is really simple. Your putter has a sweet spot dead in the middle that's about the size of a dime. And so what putter manufacturers do is if you miss that sweet spot about the size of a dime, it affects the distance in a huge way. It doesn't cause putts to go offline, right or left. That's been proven false. I'm not going to go into that. But it affects your distance control in a huge way. And so putter manufacturers mill out the center of the face to take some of the mass, some of the springiness, if you will, out of the sweet spot. In other words, they're deadening the sweet spot, so when you strike it a little bit on the toe or a little bit on the heel, it rolls the same distance as if you hit it on the sweet spot. Void came up with the idea, which I believe is right, not to deaden the sweet spot, but to enhance the toe and heel. And so Void uses a thermoplastic insert that's sized and shaped such that if I hit it on the toe or on the heel, I get the same results as if I hit it on a sweet spot. They've proven that with a computer making the same exact stroke. Toe strikes, heel strikes go the same distance. I tested that out here on this practice green, and sure enough, I got a very similar distance hitting the ball off of the toe, off of the heel, and right out of the center, which that's pretty awesome. If you're a guy who doesn't always hit it dead in the center of the face right on the sweet spot, that's a big advantage for you on speed and distance control, which will reduce the number of three putts that you have. The other thing that I discovered is that the Void Center Fire is truly zero torque. I don't know if they intended that or not. They don't claim it anywhere that I can find in their advertising, but here's the fact. Most putters have toe hang. If you put them across a balance point like this, because the toe is heavier, they're going to rotate and hang kind of like that. If your putter is face balanced and you put it across a balance point like this, it's going to keep pointed to the sky. Of course, we don't putt with our putter pointed to the sky. So the folks at Lab and now almost everyone else has copied their technology, not being critical, just an observation, make a putter that's what I call corrective torque. You point it at the target, and if you take a modern Lab putter and point it up like this and let it go, it's going to torque and turns towards the target. If you point it down, it's going to torque, and they always rotate back towards the target, corrective torque. I've done full, complete videos on that topic, so not going to cover that here. But a putter that is truly zero torque will not twist or turn anywhere. And if you'll notice, that's what this Void Center Fire is. Pointed at the target line, no turn. Pointed at 7 o'clock, no turn. point it straight down at 6 o'clock, no turn. Backwards to the target line at 3 o'clock, straight up. No matter where I point it, it stays there. What that means is when you're making the stroke, this putter head is not trying to twist open or closed or back to the target. It steadily stays. You'll feel no pressure in your hands. You don't have to do anything with your grip to square the putter face. If you make a stroke and keep it square, it stays square. That's a huge technological benefit and advantage, and it's price competitive, actually less than a whole lot of those modern putters that claim to be zero torque that actually are not zero torque. They're rather what I call corrective torque. So that's two technological benefits in one product that is very competitively priced. I like that, but the real question is, what does it do out on the course? Let's talk about that. First, on the practice green, I already play a putter that's 100% zero torque, so I didn't expect it to perform any differently from the HONU putter that I normally play. I did want to test the speed and distance control, so I took runs at 4 different holes of different distances, just trying to see how close the distance was, and it performed very well. Then I took balls and set on the practice green, hit one off the toe, one off the heel, and then one off the center. I did this several times and got very consistent roll. All the putts went exactly or virtually exactly the same distance. So it's a huge help for speed and distance control, especially if you don't always strike the ball pure on the sweet spot with your putter. Of course, the real test is how it performs on the course in a round of golf. And I showed up at the golf course about a week ago, had the Void in the trunk of my car, and decided, yeah, I'm going to play that today. And I took my normal putter out of the bag, put this one in the bag, and played in a 2-man scramble event with a partner. He made the comment he couldn't tell any difference in the performance of me putting with this the very first time on the course and me putting with the putter that I use every day all the time. One of the guys on the other team in the same foursome with us said, you know, John, if I putted as well as you do, I'd break 70 from time to time. And that's when my partner broke his heart and said, yeah, John's testing out a new putter today. He's never played with it. So here's the verdict and my final thoughts. I love the features, the KBS shaft. I love that you've got options for a putter that looks like a more traditional putter, as well as a mallet that a lot of people like to use these days. I love that you can get it in a center fire, center shaft version that turns out is torque free. I love it that you also have the option to have it shafted in the heel. That's your thing. The technology, this insert, I found and confirmed what they promise and what they demonstrated in their test with a robot putting is that if you mishit it off the heel or toe, your distance is not lost or affected. It's actually the same, which is a big deal for a lot of golfers. I like it. I think it's competitively priced. Who's it for? For golfers who think they might want to try a center shafted or zero torque putter, and for golfers who struggle with striking the sweet spot and want better speed and distance control on their mishits. So is it for everyone? Maybe not. Does it do what it says it will do? Absolutely. And if you struggle with your putter torquing or controlling speed and distance on mishits, it just might be for you. If you got any value or benefit out of this video, I'd appreciate a like, a share, thumbs up, your comments below. Would you use a putter or try a putter like this? And until next time, here's to you holing more putts.